The 2026 Crunchyroll Awards were finalized about a month ago, yet they still keep delivering similar results every year. Let's talk about why they never fail to always disappoint viewers. This year's award feels so familiar, not because the winners were shocking, but because the same problem keeps repeating itself in a way that makes the whole process feel disconnected and feel out of touch. Let's address the real issue. It's not about what show won or lost. It's the pattern behind the nominations themselves. And that pattern says a lot about what Crunchyroll seems to value more. Now, before we get into the actual awards, I think it helps to understand why there is constant discourse about the Anime Awards. The Crunchyroll Anime Awards are supposed to represent the best anime of the year, but instead, it often feels like the spotlight keeps circling back to the same popular shows. And when that keeps happening, fans start asking the same question every year. Are these awards actually representing the anime medium, or just the loudest part of the anime community? That's why this year doesn't just feel disappointing, it feels familiar. But the real reason that feeling keeps coming back is a lot deeper than just the winners. 1. Lack of nominations. It's kind of like going to a buffet where the same dishes keeps getting served every year, even though there are way more options sitting right there. And that's where the real issue starts. The nominations are too narrow, and it leaves too many deserving shows out of the conversation. That's the main reason the Crunchyroll Anime Awards feel out of touch, is the lack of care when selecting. There were so many great shows that weren't even nominated, like My Hero Vigilantes, Windbreaker, Shushimen series, and many others. There needs to be more genres represented, like sci-fi, sports, mystery, horror, a thriller, and historical. When they only highlight 6 shows each category, it limits the conversation and makes fans choose from titles they're already familiar with instead of giving more anime a real chance to be recognized. And with so many anime airing every season, that kind of narrow selection makes a lot of viewers feel ignored because the awards aren't putting the effort to even showcase the amount of good anime that aired last year and the genres that are being overlooked. 2. The voting system. Once you look at how the 2026 Crunchyroll Anime Awards were handled, a bigger problem starts to appear. One that explains why so many anime fans feel like the awards are missing the point entirely. This is where things get interesting, because the issue isn't only that some deserving anime gets ignored. It's a clear lack of understanding of the medium as a whole. So why do the Crunchyroll Awards keep leaning toward mainstream picks? And why do so many fans feel like the whole thing is robbed? Every year, you see the same reaction from fans: excitement at first, disappointment once the nominees and winners start rolling in. And honestly, that reaction makes sense, because when the same 6 anime keep getting pushed to the front, it starts to feel less like the medium is being represented and more like awards are just following popularity. The second major problem is the voting system, because that's where the awards stop feeling like a proper reflection of anime and start feeling like a popularity contest. When voting is open to the average viewer, people naturally lean toward shows they know best or the ones they've already watched, which means the result often favors familiarity instead of merit. And that creates a system where the recognizable anime keep getting pushed forward, while the shows that actually deserve recognition get overlooked. And for categories like Best Animation, Best Character Design, Best Director, Best Background Art, and Best Anime Score, for those technical awards, fan input should be limited, because the average viewer usually has little to no knowledge needed to judge those categories properly. Those awards would be much fairer if industry professionals had more input, since they have better assessment and are more equipped to evaluate what actually makes something good. That's why results like Demon Slayer winning for Best Film of the Year gets so much backlash. The Demon Slayer movie is part of a trilogy which follows the Demon Slayer formula: fight, backstory, then repeat. It was not different from your average Demon Slayer episode. The Chainsaw Man movie, in comparison, had a concise plot, which doesn't need to shove a backstory every 5 seconds because the creators trust the viewer's intelligence, showcasing the film ideas with just the direction and cinematography alone. The only reason why Chainsaw Man didn't win the award for Best Film is because Demon Slayer appeals to a wider audience because of its simple plot and flashy visuals. Chainsaw Man is a more mature story that requires more than surface-level viewing to truly appreciate the story. This shows the exact flaw in the system. People often vote based on what they know best, not necessarily the strongest choice, which could be easily solved with professional input. And that's why the voting system seems so unfair. The winners feel undeserved. That's why the awards are rigged. Now, to be fair, this year's awards weren't as bad as some of the others. We did have some wins, like Anime of the Year went to My Hero Academia, Best Romance going to Fragrant Flower, and Best Drama going to Apothecary Diaries, and other honorable mentions. But even with that being said, the same core problems are still arising. That's the annoying part. Every year fans are hoping that Crunchyroll Awards will do something different, and this time, representing the medium properly. Fans expect better representation, more nominations that are better choices, and better outcomes in general. And each year, the awards still leave out shows that many people feel deserved recognition. But then you still see the same issues repeat itself. Shows like Decopy and Orb not winning anything is exactly the kind of thing that makes people question whether the awards really care about anime as a whole. So even when the awards look a little better on the surface, the bigger picture is still the same. Crunchyroll has not really fixed the problems that keep making the awards feel disconnected from anime fans. So overall, the 2026 Crunchyroll Anime Awards continue to fall short because they are repeating the same mistakes. It's not just one bad result, it's the pattern. The nominations are too narrow. The voting system rewards familiarity and popularity over merit. And the same issues keep repeating year after year without any real change. Even though this year's award wasn't the worst one, it still showed the same big issue. Crunchyroll is not fully representing the wider anime community in a good way. And that's why the conversation around these awards never really goes away. Because until the system changes, the same complaints of the awards are going to keep feeling less like a true celebration of anime and more like a popularity contest that leaves too many deserving shows behind. If you want more anime commentary, fandom discussions, and honest takes like this, subscribe to the channel for more videos. And let me know in the comments what you think of the 2026 Crunchyroll Anime Awards.